Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Jennifer from Sundragon Cards, and I am put on the camera just because I've been playing around with a lot of these scraps that I have, laces and fabric. Thought that maybe you can craft along with me. I'm sure that there are many of you that have lace scraps, fabric scraps. I am out of making any clusters, so I thought that I would just gather a bunch of my scrap laces and fabric and have a go at it. Mostly you would go ahead and sew on these, like a lot of these I have sewed this, and this is a piece of quilt. I thought this would make a really cute pocket. Don't you think? A little short pocket at the end of a journal, bottom of the journal page. And these kind of things right here, they kind of remind me of what we do with paper, Scrappy-Doo, only with lace. Kind of similar, isn't it? But I think these would be fun just to add onto pages. So I've just grabbed a handful of my scraps and thought we can just craft together and start doing these. The majority of these laces are torn. Some of them are antique. This one is a vintage. I don't know how old. This one too is part of that. This is sari silk. This is pretty vintage. This was part of a scarf. In fact, I might have some of that scarf. And then this is this is antique here. So what I do basically is I just take like a flat piece of fabric, more solid, and let's see. And it's kind of hard to do semicircles like this. But we'll give it a go. I think I've made one semicircle type of a thing here. This was the base. And then I just kind of layered laces on top of that. And then I gauged what the ends would look like, so that when I do put it up against a page, let me see, there's an example here. This will have that layered effect right there. And then it'll be like a tab, only a lace tab, right, like that. I think that'll be pretty. You can even glue it here and make it like a tuck spot while it sticks out. I'll do it on this side. Kind of like that. Make a corner tuck. But anyway, this corner here, let's do this. Let's try. I don't know where to start. And a lot of this stuff, I try not to think about it. I just put it all together and sew on top of it. However, right now, just for the sake of the video, I'm not going to sew. I'll just glue, which is perfectly okay. I'm struggling with this piece. How did I do this piece? How did I do that piece? Let me see. I did it like this. So how is everyone? I am recovering from COVID, feeling a lot better, but I've been down for about over a week, and I've never had it this bad before. It's been a struggle. I typically don't get this sick. The first time I tested positive for COVID, I had no symptoms at all. And I tested myself simply because my husband had COVID. I don't know, guys. I can't figure out that piece. So let's go with this. Let's cut this like right about here. And they say too, the scissors that you use, this one is a multi-purpose scissor. It's supposed to be able to go from paper to fabric or fabric to paper. And so far it's been working really well that way. Some people separate their scissors. They don't use their fabric scissors for paper or paper for fabric because it tends to ruin them. So far with these scissors, I haven't had that problem. With these scissors, I have. They're really hard to cut little strings anymore because I have used them for paper. And I think it's just a matter of getting them sharpened. That's what I think. But who am I? This is pretty. Oh, this is real pretty like that. Let's start there. I'm going to go ahead and glue this. And I use Fabri-Tac to tack down fabric because it really does work the best. You just want to make sure that it's not globbed on and that you do wipe it with your, like spread it around with your fingers or a brush, because it can go through, seep through your fabric piece, and it won't be as pretty. What else? So basically what this concept of this whole thing is to have lace clusters ready so that you can have things at your fingertips when you're in the middle of decorating your journal. And I think it's a great idea. I haven't had a stash of clusters in a while, and simply because I haven't taken the time to replenish my stash. I've always just kind of made a cluster on the fly when I am making a journal. But I think I'm due. I got the time to do it. Might as well. Okay, that's kind of cute, like that. That's a pretty layered cluster. What do you think? So there's this kind of a look, which is just a collage piece. I would say that's collaged. Then there's this that is layered, kind of like a Scrappy-Doo, layered paper. And then there is another layered piece here, like this. So collaging a Scrappy-Doo and a just layered look, a layered piece. Something like that. Probably make it all squishy. That. I like to keep scraps on a book. This is my scrapbook, book of scraps. It's one of, I have, I go through a few of these type of books. I'm not, this one I have got a long way to go, and then I go in and I just tear out the page and use it in a journal or a card or whatever, a tag, whatever I need it for. Might be fun to have that for laces, don't you think? Have a scrapbook, scrap collage book with just the laces. Maybe. I don't know. Excuse my sniffles. Let's see, so I got that, and got these pieces here. Kind of like how this one turned out. It was on a quilt piece on fabric, and that's just, I really like that. And then there's this piece, that piece. This turned out pretty neat too. And again, if you just do this without any thought at all and just put your pieces together, I think the best thing to think about is the shape and what you want peeking through. Like this, for instance, I would like this blue to still peek through of this. Maybe, oh, that's pretty. Maybe like that. That's kind of pretty with, that would be pretty as layered. Let me see. What different fabrics, what do you think? Like that. And then maybe sewn. And this. I love this polka dot fabric. It's they're like raised little nodules, little bubbles. That's cute. I want this to be a little, just a tad skinnier. Oh, it won't do it. Let's see. Let's see if we can, nope, too thin. Well, let's start with the big piece and make it thinner that way. Let's try that. There. There. Yeah, that's cute, but I think I need to sew it. So I'm going to put that aside for now. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to temporarily glue stick it. Doing acrobatics with my glue. Just lightly, just so that it stays put. There. Okay, and then I'm going to trim that and then sew that. And that's one thing. Okay, now what? Let's do this. This. Ah, that's cute. I like that. So there we go with the layering. Okay, so question is should I sew it or should I glue? I don't know, you know, the look of the sewing really, I mean, you really can't see the thread, but to me it just seems like a little more sturdy. Like right here, almost, I like how it does a little bit of a buckling, I guess you would call it, kind of like what quilting is compared to just the gluing. Although the gluing is real pretty too. So I think this would be pretty sewn as well. So I am going to, I'm going to turn off. I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and sew this. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and sewed this one. Now that I've sewed it, I wondered if I should have glued it instead. I guess that's how it goes, right? But it still looks pretty. And then this one, same thing. Wonder if I should have just left it as glued instead of sewn. But it's still fun. This would be cute on a tag, don't you think? Okay, so let's do pink. I could make this into a, what do they call that? These things. A roll, cluster roll, Oh my God, the name's escaping me. But this could be a smaller one. And I did this one on vintage ribbon, on a vintage fabric that can't really see how pink it is on the video, but it's a very pale pink, and I used a great deal of vintage lace, sari silk, just different types of fabric and laces. And it's pretty long, but I'm gonna have fun using it. It was fun to make. I don't know why the name is escaping me. I just made this last night, of all things. But, you know, must be COVID brain right now. Anyway, I can use this piece and wrap it around this, and that would look really cute. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So let's start with just adding pieces and bits, just randomly, not even thinking about it. Although it's kind of hard to not think about it, right? I always have a hard time with that, not thinking as I'm placing it. They say rectangular strips are easier to collage. That may be true, but I kind of like the challenge of adding different pieces in different places. Because I think that's what makes things interesting. That's pretty. Let's see here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and glue this down before it moves in. I wish I can remember the name of these. It's a snippet roll. Oh my goodness. Snippet roll. You guys are probably like yelling at me, saying it's snippet roll, snippet roll. Okay. Let's go like that. When I start sewing too, when you sew the pieces that look blank there, when you end up bunching it in the sewing machine, it kind of gives it a texture already. So I don't worry too much. Don't worry too much about what the gaps are going to be. And plus, you know, when you cut it up and to add it to a journal, it's you're going to embellish it as well. So right now I'm just gluing glue it this way. This, no. I want, yeah, I want the edges like that. Okay. Yeah, so gluing everything right now just to tack it on there so I don't forget, or so that it doesn't go out of place either. Let's see, what else can we put in here? Maybe a little bit of this. Maybe a little bit of this. Not only is COVID going around here in our valley, we've got some major smoke, some major fires going on right now. So I keep telling my husband, I said, gosh, you know, it smells like, almost smells like tobacco smoke, tobacco pipe, that type of smoking pipe tobacco. And he goes, he's telling me, you know, doesn't smell like that to me. And then it dawns on us that, yeah, we've got a fire, and the smoke is pretty prevalent right now. You don't see it as much. It's not as hazy as it could be. I've seen it a lot hazier, but it definitely is smells like it. Smells crazy. So how's the weather like at your area? Is it really hot? Do you guys deal with fires like we do here in Oregon? It's a deterrent for a lot of people, which, you know, I don't blame them. Who wants to move to an area where it's constantly, the summertime is smoky? That's definitely a deterrent for a great deal of people. Don't know where to place this. There's a gap right here. So once this is all sewn up and design put on, it'll look much better, let's say, I guess. I don't know what to do here. Does this look? I guess that's fine. That's fine. I gotta stop. You're not supposed to think about it. You're supposed to just put down in place. Make that commitment. Okay, one more thing. One more right here, I think. Some more bling. Okay, well, I think that is going to be it for now. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it like that for now. I'm gonna sew around it, and then I will be right back. All right, so here it is. Looks pretty neat, doesn't it? Sewing is not the greatest, but I think it looks pretty. So now I just need to put it on this thing. Let me find something to tape it with. I wonder if just regular tape will work. Don't know. Just to hold it. Yeah. And let me see. Let me get a pin. One of these old antique pins here, and just stick it through. Ooh, that. There. This might be too long of a pin. Try different size pin. There we go. Pretty. All right, well, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully that you were able to get some crafting done. And again, please like, subscribe, share, comment. Be nice to get some comments just so that we can have some dialogue going on. And yeah, share each other's company. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again the next time. Bye-bye.